Welcome to the Rudebuoyz rant. This is The Dirty Immigrant.
This is Scotland.
Yes, and this is a new show coming out here. And for a little background on us, hey Scotland, drop a little background of us here.
We've been doing a show together for a long time. Let's see. You were doing a show by yourself on Saturdays.
Yeah.
That I occasionally dropped in on.
Yep.
And then we also periodically, whenever DJs didn't show up over here at WMUL here at Marshall University, you and I would jump on and do a show together.
Yeah.
And then, oh my gosh, how many years has it been now?
12, 13?
At least 10.
Yeah.
At least 10 or 11 years ago, we got the idea to start doing a show together. We did originally have a third person.
Yeah.
But that one didn't last.
Whom returned to me on Facebook 2 days ago.
Oh, did he? Yeah. Okay. But that didn't last. But okay. So you and I have obviously stuck this out.
Yeah.
We've done this for a long time, playing music, talking.
Yeah.
We've had interviews come on the show, even artists such as TQ.
Yeah.
We had him come on the show one time, big R&B artist. We also had Reality stop in and also call in on another time. So we've done this together for a long time.
Yeah.
And now we've kind of decided to see if we can build this into something more.
Yeah.
You know.
So we're going to start with a podcast and go from there.
Yeah. And we still do a show.
Yeah.
Periodically when I guess I'm not out of town
because we have jobs.
Yes. Yeah. We are busy. So, but that'll be one thing that if you're interested, because periodically we'll also talk about the type of music that we play on the show.
Yeah.
And so if you're interested in that, we will let you know. When we will be on.
Yeah. And the premise of everything we do is about peace and love.
Yes.
Also about humanity. Mm-hmm. We will talk about politics because politics seems to be affecting everything worldwide, not just in this country, but worldwide. But we're going to focus mainly on humanity and what is our role in what's happening. Yeah. Not from any ideological perspective, but from the human perspective. Yeah. You know, and also
because that is one thing you and I really. We really don't have a liberal or conservative perspective because we are kind of straight shot right down the middle of the road almost.
Nobody's representing us, really.
Yeah, there will be some things that you'll hear us talk about where you'll probably go, oh, wow, they're conservative, or oh, wow, they're liberal.
Yeah.
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
Both sides have great ideas.
Yeah.
You have to combine them together and work together to get things figured out. So that's a lot of, what we do.
And we may have guests. Mm-hmm. We may have guests, but we're going to not have that arguing going on. Yeah. Because the point is to find solutions. And the solution is somewhere down the middle. Yeah. We're not going to act like Congress and the Senate.
Yeah.
And
yelling at each other does not work.
Yeah.
But also another background, too. I'm from Virginia.
Yeah. And I'm from Grenada.
Yeah, so there we go.
Island. So we're going to be talking about that too sometimes on the show, where we're from, how we were raised, because the culture also sort of mesh into what's going on around us and how it's affecting everything that we think and all of that. So we're going to, and by the way, we're not just talking some Joe Blows. I actually have a degree in sociology.
I have 2 degrees. One is in journalism and one is in sports administration.
I also have another one.
But obviously from a journalism side, I've been able to see some of this stuff.
And I used to be a journalism major too until I switched to sociology. But I also have another one in creative writing. I've done some writing and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So we're not just Joe Blow off the street. Yeah. You're not Joe the plumber going rah, rah, rah. We actually have some expertise in it. Not to mention 12 years of speaking about stuff like that and observing and researching. Mm-hmm. So you know what I mean?
The one thing I will say as far as with Joe the plumber, and this is something we can talk about another time, but if somebody does, like you say, the research and they actually know, but that's something for another
for another
show.
You know what I mean? Because we're gonna be pumping out the shows here. You know what I mean? We're gonna be pumping out the show, despite I just simply work at the grocery store right now. I had other jobs where I sat for hours and I didn't want to do that anymore, so I switched. So now I'm really working class. Yeah. So you're gonna get it from a working class perspective. You're gonna get it from a black immigrant, working class perspective when it comes to me.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
And in case you can't tell from the sound of my voice, I am white. But I work in an athletic department, and so even some of the things that we talk about, I have also seen from an athletic side as well. That it may be sports related, but it still also. And goes to a roundabout whole thing.
Yeah. And as far as athletics goes, so I actually played college basketball because I'm 7 feet tall. Some people call me the chocolate giant, but you know.
I didn't play college basketball. I have called college basketball games play by play. So,
but you see, I'm one of those college basketball players that didn't want to shut up and play ball. So you know,
and that kind of goes to what I was talking about, Joe the plumber thing that we'll get to another
you know
time.
What I mean, and things. So but, don't go, well, he's just a ball player. He should shut up and play ball. For one, I'm too old for that now. And number two, I didn't play basketball in college long because I didn't have any intentions of shutting up and playing ball.
Yeah.
You know, there's just too much going on in the world and too much to fix. And you know, people are always telling you, don't try to fix the world. Well, who's going to fix it if we don't? Mm-hmm. You know, we keep voting people in and expecting them to fix it, but they're not going to fix it. They're trying to fix their pockets.
Yeah, big time.
You know what I mean? So
that really kind of comes down to the bottom. The bottom line is the almighty dollar.
Yeah,
and that's all they care about is taking care of their pockets and their friends' pockets because their friends are also taking care of their pockets.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm not just saying this because that's what's trending. Mm-hmm. So I'm old.
You've been saying this for years. Since the first time I ever heard you doing your own show. And this, at this point, would have been about 18 years ago now. Yeah. Because the first time I noticed you doing your own show would have been this spring semester of 2001. Yeah. So, 18 years ago. Yeah. You were saying that then. Yeah. And I know you were doing a show by yourself even prior to that, weren't you? Yeah. At least a couple of years by that point.
Yeah. So. And not to mention, we also had a young lady doing the show with me too for a while. Yeah. And that was a 6-hour stretch on the radio, man. You know?
We used to do some
you know what I mean?
There were a couple of times I think we even went longer than 6 hours, but we never tried to do any kind of like record-breaking marathon or anything like that. That was that was just, hey, we're feeling good. Yeah. The music's good, and we just kind of went with it. But you know
what I mean. And saying all that, we hope you guys like tune in and listen to us because we also look at things from a humorous perspective too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're not going to sit here and bore you with a whole lot of statistics and all of that. You know what I mean? I believe in statistics, but human beings come first.
We will say this. We are not a news outlet.
No.
Okay. No. So don't say you get your news from listening to the Rudebuoyz.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
The Rude Boy rant.
And that's the whole thing too, or it's an opinion thing. Mm-hmm. Okay? It's not a position thing because your position is what you were taught to believe in. Like you were taught to believe in Republican positions or Democratic positions. Yeah. It's just our opinion from what we see around us. Yeah. Without having that position drilled into our heads.
Basically that voice in the back of your head.
Yeah. To base our opinion on. Yeah. We basing our opinion strictly on humanity. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because like we were talking about earlier, people are talking about the climate change. Yeah. And they're worried about the scientific part of it. But we want to work on the human part of it because if climate change is an issue and things are going to get bad, we have to work on the human part of it so we could actually get together to try and survive it. Some people think we won't, but we won't if we don't start working together and stop with you're black, you're white, you're Asian, you're Democrat, you're Republican, you're communist. So all those things are man-made. Yeah. Man didn't make human beings. You know what I mean? And the fact about it is, too, man didn't make human emotions. We were born with this. You know what I mean? So we could control it and we could think logically and deal with whatever is coming towards us. But we have to start having solidarity for each other.
And these are the things that we've been talking about for years on the show. And We'll make you laugh with some things.
Yeah.
We'll definitely make you laugh with some things.
And there are some shows that we just going to talk about our lives growing up.
Just doing a little storytelling.
We'll even talk about dating, you know what I mean? We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're not love doctors. We're not counselors. But sometimes it's good to hear it from somebody who is experiencing it, even though I haven't dated in 18 years. But being the sociologist that I am, I sort of sit back and I look at stuff. You know what I mean?
You've done a lot of studying from people watching.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know, and you're going to hear me talk bad about marriages. Not because I'm against marriage per se. I'm just against marriage the way people allow the culture to tell them that marriage should be.
Yeah.
Instead of being a human experience, it's a cultural experience. Yeah. And we got to get away from that because each culture is different. The divorce rate is so high.
Yeah.
Because we look at marriage as a cultural thing and not a human thing, like an emotional thing, a spiritual thing. It's only emotional when things go bad.
Well, and you know,
for some people.
Should we go ahead and get into at least what we wanted to go with? Because that kind of brings it right into it as far as treating people like human beings.
Also, you're going to hear a lot of Caribbean phrases in there. And we should give them our Facebook information. So if there's something they don't understand that I say on here, you could check us out on Facebook. And
we are the Rudebuoyz, and probably not how you would think to spell it.
Yeah.
The Rudebuoyz is all one word. Rude, just how you would think, RUDE, but then BUOYZ.
Yeah.
The Rudebuoyz. So, and then we're also on Twitter as well, at the Rudebuoyz. That's all one word.
Yeah. We're not on Instagram. I don't think we're going to get on Instagram neither.
No, that's one I want to really try to avoid.
Yeah. I have a personal Instagram thing, but I don't even really put anything up there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's mainly Facebook.
Yeah. Facebook and Twitter, hopefully getting back into those a little bit more than what we have been now, especially now with doing this. But so obviously, going with the human side, I'm sure a lot of people have all seen. If you haven't seen it yet, you've heard about it. The Surviving R. Kelly series that was on, and I watched it. I sat and watched the whole thing one night, and you know It's a shame from a standpoint, obviously it's a shame from the way he's treating these women, but it's also a shame when you see somebody who has so much talent to make the music that he has. Okay, he's made some dirty songs. We know that. He's made some dirty songs, but he's also made some really good ones that connect to a lot of people, whether it's I Believe I Can Fly, I Can't Sleep, which is, to a degree a love song. Yeah. Exactly. Step in the Name of Love, Bad Man that was on the Shaft soundtrack. I mean, he's made so many that obviously connect to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But then the stuff that he's done behind closed doors.
Yeah.
With the fact that they have to ask permission to go to the bathroom. They have to ask permission to come down and eat something. And he makes them all call him daddy. And there were a few people on that in that documentary that they said that when he told them, he said, "Oh, and you have to call me daddy." They said, "Okay." And he'd look at them and go, "Okay, what?" "Okay, daddy." That's not treating people like human beings.
Yeah.
Not at all. I don't care if it's a 14-year-old who's underage or a 30-plus-year-old that he's done it to also. That is not treating people like people.
Yeah.
Like humans.
Yeah.
I mean, that is what did Bob Marley talk about? The mental slavery and all that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much, he's getting into their heads.
Oh, yeah.
So a mental slavery turns into a physical slavery with them thinking, I can't leave.
Yeah.
And and I know like you have said too, it's one thing to throw a little doubt on there if one person said it.
Yeah.
But when you have multiples who have said it.
Yeah.
Even his ex-wife.
Yeah.
talked about it.
Yeah.
Just, whoa.
See, and the main problem I have with this, I mean, there's a problem with what he did.
Mm-hmm.
The main problem I have with it is that some black people are treating it as if the man, whoever the man is, and I guess there is a man, but I never met him. I don't think I want to all the bad stuff about him.
He sounds like an awful guy, doesn't he?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That man needs to sit down. But they say the man is trying to destroy him.
Yeah.
And I'm going to talk about it on what I see on my Facebook page a lot, because that's where I do a lot of observing of humankind. It's a very great platform to look at people.
Sociological studies.
Black people are saying that. And I say to black people, pick your battles. If one, like you just said, if one person come forward and say something, then you go, but multiple people come forward, you got to pick your battles. You got to start protecting your women. And
that's the thing that I don't understand. Okay, you saying, the black people are saying that it's the man trying to destroy him.
Yeah.
But it's black women that he's doing this to.
Yeah.
It's, I hate to say your own kind.
Yeah.
But
your own kind too could go to humankind.
Yeah, exactly. And he's doing this to innocent people, and you see people all the time saying, "Oh, where are the parents and all this?" I'm sorry, but you can only have so much control as a parent, because they can still have that opportunity to try and slip away.
Oh, yeah.
And the next thing you know, they're gone.
Oh,
and that was another thing that was in several of those stories, were parents coming on there and talking about how basically their daughters just got snatched right out from underneath them.
Yeah.
And they have tried to go to the police and say, hey, I want to do a wellness check on them. But guess what? If nobody comes and opens the door, because that was one that they were showing, was they were saying, look, we know our daughter is in this building. And their cops were saying, look, if nobody comes and answers the door, legally there's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
And that, and that's where, hey, where are the parents outside this building trying to get their daughter's attention, say, please come open the door.
Yeah.
Please, we love you. What are you doing? Please come open the door. But the cops, like they said, legally there's nothing they can do.
You see,
if nobody wants to open the door, they can't do anything.
And this falls into something too, that's a general statement. People are so easily brainwashed, man.
Yeah. Well, and that's the charm. Okay, that was another one that one of them talked about on there. They said, R. Kelly, the artist R. Kelly, is a dream to be around.
Yeah.
Charismatic, fun-loving, all this stuff. But they said, but Robert is the devil.
Yeah.
So basically, you're falling in love with the person that you've been listening to their music. You've been watching their videos. You've been buying their CDs or buying their MP3s. Now that almost nobody buys CDs anymore. So you've been buying all this stuff. You've been listening to these songs. Like I said, you're sitting there listening to that song that I Believe I Can Fly and going, oh my gosh, I feel like I can do anything when I listen to this song. This guy is amazing.
Yeah.
So you fall in love with R. Kelly, and then you meet Robert.
Yeah.
After R. Kelly has already sucked you in.
Yeah. And isn't that what most men do?
Yeah.
There's
that persona.
Was it Chris Tucker, one of those comedians, that said, you don't meet the person, you meet the representative?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And on that note about people,
and representative doesn't have to be one of their little, one of their little minions, that they're paying to keep on, to do things for them. No, the representative could be, this is my alter ego. Hi, I'm R. Kelly. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
You've got a great voice.
Yeah.
I can turn you into a singer. But you're going to call me daddy.
Yeah.
There's Robert.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And don't listen to us and go, oh Lord, they're saying this and then go, Shanti, or whatever you want to say. Don't do that. This is our opinions, putting it out there. Look at it, iron it against the rest of everything, and come up with your own understanding. No, there's one basic understanding of it that's wrong.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Treating people like that, I don't care what the age is, because that's been another opinion I guess, that I've heard after this series came out of people saying, hey, you know what? These are adults. They're making their own choice to be in there. Leave the man alone. But like I said, I don't care if it's a 14-year-old or a 35-year-old that he's doing this to.
Yeah.
You are treating people like they are your property.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I don't understand is how much – look, okay, I understand wanting to have control over your own life.
Yeah.
You know, people saying, man, I wish I could be my own boss, be able to travel when I want to, like, man, yeah, I really want to be able to buy this car. I wish I could do that instead of, just, like I said, having control over your own life. I understand that. But having total control over other people's lives. Yeah. Because obviously, if you have a boss, to a degree, they have control over what you do at work.
Yeah.
I understand that. Pretty much the majority of people in this world have a boss.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, parents should have some control over you.
Yeah.
But when somebody wants to have total and the utmost control over somebody, to, like I said, to where you have to go, hey, can I come down and get something to eat? Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to ask for that.
Yeah. See, and the thing about it is, too, what he did is not just something that happens here in this country. In my country, like I said, I'm from Grenada, and that's a little country. It's the same thing with when you say they brought the parents there and nobody came to do it and the cops couldn't do anything. People whisk. My country is so small, you could pretty much walk it in a day. Mm-hmm. And yet still, grown men could whisk young girls away and keep them for days before they even find them.
Yeah,
in a little country, in a little itty-bitty country. A cop just got sent to jail for doing that stuff back home.
Well, I mean,
they just found a businessman with a 14-year-old girl. He's in trouble for that. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you even hear stories about, somebody's been, okay, I'm saying this as if it was me. I don't have a child, but you hear, my child has been missing for 5 years.
Yeah.
And then you find out somebody who lives a mile away from you has been holding them in their basement.
Yeah.
A mile away is where your child has been all this time. Yeah. And you can't find it. Yes, because the way that they have held them or whatever.
Blaming the parents is not a good thing. No, we could talk about this, but boy, what is a solution to that?
Well, I will say this. And this may be an unpopular opinion, but if he was doing this to white women, I'm sorry, his butt would have been in jail a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
If it had been white girls that he was doing this to, especially when he got in trouble for the
urination thing?
Yeah, the urination video.
Yeah.
If that had been a white girl, his butt would have been in prison.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is a white person saying this, okay? I believe wholeheartedly.
A white, non-liberal person.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.